Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. And in today's episode, we have all sorts of wonderful things planned, but first, someone left us a book. Let's take a look and see what this is. WSS Ad by iJevin. Mega Sale! iJevin's Western Supply Shop invites you to their grand opening sale located in the Business District, Brown. You can find a variety of items to fit your needs. Saddles, name tags, wither skulls, horse armor. Supplies are very limited, so make sure you visit the store today. iJevin, CEO. Alright, so we have what appears to be the first shop on the new server. So that's pretty awesome. We might have to head over there and check it out later. For now, though, I think what I want to do... Well, first of all, let's talk about what I did between episodes. I was borrowing... Exuma's fishing farm, and I fished up all sorts of good stuff. So we've got a ton... Oh, open chest, there we go. We got a ton of fish. We got a whole bunch of saddles. We got a whole bunch of fishing rods. I have actually a I have basically a perfect fishing rod. This one, it's got all the enchants maxed out, and it has mending on it. And then we also got a bunch of bows, including this one, which is a wonderfully awesome bow. I do want to get infinity on it, though. And then we got some enchanted books as well. We did get Frostwalker for boots, which is one of the new enchants. I did not, unfortunately, find a mending book, which is really what I was hoping to get. But I did find a Silk Touch book, which I have put on my shovel. So I think what we're going to do is take a little bit of a nap. By the way, we now have the sleeping on the server fixed so that only one person has to sleep. So that's pretty awesome. That's something that was kind of plaguing us a little bit because there's always people on the server, it seems, and it would be kind of hard to get everyone to sleep. So it's good that that's fixed. But what I want to do is I want to kind of head off into the distance and make use of my new Silk Touch shovel to get a whole bunch of grass and things like that. So that we can kind of do some stuff with our area over here. So I'm going to head off and explore for a bit, guys, and I will come back to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I've got all sorts of grass. I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting there. I want to take basically a whole inventory of it back. Also, somebody found an ice spikes biome, and there's basically a tunnel in the nether that leads to it. I'm not sure who actually found it, but that will definitely come in handy later on, once we start getting into some of that kind of stuff, and once I get a Silk Touch pick and I can actually get, packed ice, because right now, I can't even harvest this stuff. But all in all, we're doing pretty good. I've still got a bit more grass to gather, but I'm going to do that, and then I will head back to the spawn area, and I'll see you there. Alright guys, I am back. So, what I want to do in today's episode is I want to do a little work on our starter house. Now, the starter house itself, I like by itself. However, what I don't like about it is that it really doesn't match the environment around it. And that's very important when it comes to having a good build, is making sure that it kind of fits in with what's around it. I mean, I could build the best house in the world, but if it's in the wrong spot, if it's out of place, then it's just not going to look right. Think of it this way. Like, if you were working on a modern city with a friend, you could build a castle in the middle of the modern city. And it may look like the greatest castle that ever did castle. But even though it may be the greatest castle that ever did castle, it's still a castle in the middle of a modern city, and it's going to look out of place. So it's kind of that same idea. What we want to do here is we want to kind of change the landscape a little bit. I don't want to change it a whole lot, because then I'm going to basically I'm going to end up with the same problem. I mean, if I just change the landscape to match the house, then the landscape's going to look out of place. And the house might look fine, but then the landscape basically is just bringing us back to square one. So what I want to do is I want to kind of modify the landscape around the house a little bit And then I want to modify the house itself a little bit as well to kind of get us to where we want to be. So let's start just by kind of clearing out the area around the house. And that's going to take me a little bit, guys. So I'm going to get that done. I'm going to get this top layer kind of ripped up, and then I'll come back right to you. All right, guys, I am back. So I've got this area around the house kind of ripped up. Now, what I want to do is I actually want to lay some red sand around the house as kind of our base. Just like so. Let's actually take that one out maybe. And we're just kind of surrounding the house in this red sand. And this is because the red sand doesn't look out of place in the mesa biome, but I also like it a lot better for a ground texture over the just stained clay. The stained clay is just a little bit too smooth, in my opinion, for the ground around a house. So we're going to kind of lay down some red sand here. I'm not going to have enough. I'm going to run out for sure. But we've got enough to get a pretty decent start at least. So maybe do something along this vein right here. And maybe like over here as well. How's that look? That doesn't look too bad. And then what we'll ultimately be able to do is kind of mix a little bit of that in coming up the slope, just so it looks like it kind of transitions into that, which is what we want. So we're just gonna mix in little spots of it here and there as we come up to the top of this hill. And we'll do kind of the same thing over here as well. Something like this, maybe? How's that look? That's not bad. That's not completely terrible. Now, the next thing I want to do is I do want to have some grass in here. And we've got a bunch of grass because we just went and gathered a ton of it. So let's just grab some of this. And I kind of want to try out the 1.9 pathway blocks and see how those look mixed with the red sand. So let's just lay a little bit of this down and do something like that. How does that look? That's not bad. This is going to drive me crazy. Let's patch that. There we go. We can kind of get this pathway that comes out and then maybe goes this way. Down. Like that. Yeah, it's not completely bad. We'll get that one in there too. And then this will probably put that hardened clay. This white stained clay, I think, needs to go all together. Let's do that, maybe. Yeah, that's not bad. Just kind of getting this pathway going is going to be tricky in its own way. I mean, the colors in the mesa biome, the foliage is really kind of blah. It's very dead, which is fine in some respects, and in other respects, it's kind of depressing. Like this is a really nasty color of green. It's not vibrant at all, but there are still things we can do. So let me get a little bit more work done here on the landscape, guys, and I'll come back in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and what I'm doing is I'm just mixing in a few different materials. Essentially, I'm going with this regular hardened clay, and then I'm mixing in red sand and dirt, and eventually I'm actually going to mix some coarse dirt into this as well, because it's just a little bit of a texture difference from the normal dirt. This is actually a trick that I learned from Iskall, another one of the new hermits, back when we were on Kingdom Craft. These two actually go pretty well together, And it's not a huge difference. It's a barely noticeable difference, but it is a difference. And it's just enough of a difference that it adds that extra little bit of detail to your build that you might be looking for. So we're just going to mix some coarse dirt in, mix some regular dirt in, and then we'll have this red sand kind of mixed about here as well. And all in all, I think when it's said and done, it's going to look pretty good. I think. I hope. There's really only one way to find out. It's looking all right, just like this. And I think if we get some greenery in here, some plant life of some sort, I think that'll look pretty good too. But we've still got a ways to go. What I want to do now, though, I'll work on this more as we go along here. But what I want to do now is I want to start working on the house itself. And that is going to be a little bit trickier. I want to keep essentially the same house feel, but I want to make it fit this biome a lot better than it does now. So I think the first thing we can do is go ahead and tear out these logs and replace them with acacia wood logs like this. I think this will look better. Oh, by the way, Biffa may be joining us. I think I mentioned that in the last episode, but he left a sign on my door. I don't know if he's going to be producing content this season or not, but he has popped onto the server a couple times and, you know, said hello and all that kind of stuff. So I guess only time will tell. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We're going to want to do the same right here. And in all of the corners. So I'm going to finish swapping out these logs, guys, and then I will come right back to you. All right, guys, I am back. So we got the acacia logs swapped in for the oak logs, and I think already that looks a bit better. However, this still really isn't doing it for me as far as color scheme. I don't want to go all oak. It doesn't look horrible bad, but it doesn't exactly look amazing either. It's kind of somewhere in between, and I'm kind of leaning towards doing possibly maybe a acacia roof. I mean, it would match the sand really well. But then again, we did that on our... Where is it? We did it on our community auto smelter that we made, which I can't see. Oh, there it is, way over there. If I had Optifine, I'd zoom in for you, but I don't. We did that, and it looked all right, but it doesn't look awesome either. The acacia really needs to be used in small quantities, and with a roof of this type, I don't think that's going to work very well. On the other hand, I don't particularly want to use oak either. So it leaves us kind of a conundrum where we need to figure out what material we want to use. Maybe jungle wood would be the way to go. It's not quite as overbearing as oak is, or as acacia is, but it still kind of matches with the colors in this biome pretty well. So maybe that would be the way to go. I think Iskall has some jungle wood. Maybe. I'm going to go peek and see if I can nab a sapling from him if he does. Because I've got bones and bone meal. Let's see. Is he... Oh, I see him chopping the tree. Chopping tree. Hello, Iskall, my friend. We'll just... Oh, here. I don't want your spruce. We'll just a slight prank. Just let him fall and freak out a little bit. You know, it could be fun. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Ooh, Iskall base. Looking good, my friend. Check this out. This is a beautiful, beautiful design. Anyway, Iskall. have you any jungle saplings? We also have come up with a new universal greeting. Haha! Juggling. It's great. Yep, I have 4 that I chopped down. Think I could borrow 1. Need jungle. Yes. Hopefully he'll be able to help us out here. And we'll just grow it and then chop it down. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so now we have a jungle sapling, and I'll grab some bone meal. We'll try and, grow it up, chop it down, get some more saplings so we can return the one to Iskall, and then hopefully have some left over. Junglewood itself has pretty poor drop rates. The saplings do, I should say, but we should be okay. So let's see here. Bone meal and bones would go here. And I think we can probably just grow it like right here. That should be fine. And let's just convert all of that because I don't need it for anything else. There we go. And we'll just chop that thing down. So I'm going to do a little tree chopping here, guys, and then I will come right back to you. All right, guys, I am back. And we got the jungle wood, and we are good to go. I was able to borrow some jungle sapling from, well, you guys actually saw that. Never mind, I recorded that. But we were able to grow up a jungle sapling into a big tree. I now have 9 jungle saplings and a couple stacks of jungle wood. So all in all, we're in pretty good shape there. So now, what I need to do is get the jungle wood in place for the roof, and that should be pretty easy to do. We're basically just gonna... Ooh, can I... There we go. We'll just do one of those. And we'll basically just go 1 layer at a time, like so, until we have what we're looking for. We can also tear that out as well, and just go... Let's get this shield out of the way so you guys can see better. There we go, like that. And then these right here are going to have to be jungle planks, I think, which is going to look a little funky in some ways, just in some respects. But I think that's probably okay. I think it'll be fine. Let's also go here. So we can put that one down. And then we can tap that right there. Now here, what we can do is put stairs in like this. And it'll look the same on the outside. But the nice thing about this is then I can put chests under here and have a little bit more storage space. So I think that'll work well. Let's go outside and see how that looks. From over here. Yeah, I like it better already. Oh man, that's so much better. Color-wise, it just blends with the environment a lot better. We'll have to do something with the walls. I don't think I want it to be jungle wood again, but we'll have to do something with the walls, and I'll think about that. But that is definitely an improvement. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the roof here, guys, and then I'll come back to you in just a minute. All right, guys, I am back, and I got the roof all finished off and looking good, I must say. I think it looks really good. We'll still have to do something with this wall with the oak. I want to replace that as well, but I don't really know what I want to replace that with just yet. But to finish off the episode, I think what we should do is take a trip to the Brown District and take a look at some of the shops that some of the other hermits have set up. So, let's go take a look. I know there's at least a couple of them over there. Let's see. Here it is. The Brown District. Let's take a look and see what we've got. I know Jevin has his shop here that we were talking about earlier in the episode. We've got, is this the shop right here? Yes. Okay, so this is his Western Supply shop. So we've got name tags, we've got horse armor, and then saddles. Okay. And then over here, redstone for coal exchange. Take 2 redstone for 1 block of coal. Okay, so if you have a lot of redstone, you can put coal in there instead and swap it out. That's pretty cool. And it looks like that's pretty much all we have for shops at this point. And then we've got this house going up over here. I don't know whose this is, but this is quite nice. Whose house is this? I really like the roof. I really like the roof, actually. The Bureau of Biome Beautification. Okay, so this is Rendog. This is Rendog doing this. And then he's got a lumber store. Oh, so you can trade diamonds for a stack of logs. That could really come in handy. We might have to do that at some point. That's awesome. But anyway, guys, I am definitely out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Also, make sure you check out all the other hermits who are listed in the video description as well. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.